believing in yourself.
Believing in yourself when no one else will. How many of us have had that happen to us? We've had to put on our coat of armour.
Yes,
and
exactly.
get
on with it and really believe in yourself.
And I think when you believe in yourself, funnily enough, other people believe too.
Yeah, they kind of tend to follow, don't they?
They do. They're little followers. So listen and enjoy this week's episode of Get Real with the English Sisters. And as always, thank you for your support. Thanks for reaching out on social media and emailing us as well at englishissisters@gmail.com. And thank you, because we're growing all the time.
And it really does make us excited, doesn't it?
It does. It's very exciting.
We love reading your comments.
And we do believe in ourselves.
We do believe.
And we believe in you supporting us. And thank you so much for that.
And in your projects and your ideas. So do share with us.
So share with us what you're going to be up to in the coming weeks.
Right then. So what's this all about then? Believe in yourself. Easy to say, isn't it? But is it easy to do?
Like the way you said that.
Yeah.
No, it's not easy to do because it's
so easy
when
to
you
say.
have other people believe in you, it like lifts you and it like encourages you and inspires you, doesn't it?
Well, it's very motivational if you have somebody that comes up to you and say, look, I believe in you. You think, wow.
But sometimes I think it can also put that added pressure on you, can't it?
Well, in this case, if we're talking about too much belief, too much pressure, like saying, hey, I'm only human. You can't expect me to do all that. I'm not perfect and I might get it wrong. Not in that case, in that scenario. But if we're just talking about normal life.
I think there's a happy medium, isn't there, as usual? But when it's too much, like say if your parents, they believe in you too much, but they like really niche it down into specifics, like they want you to be a doctor or they want you to be a professor or something.
Then that's too much.
I believe in you, you can do it. But then I think there comes a time when you just think, I mean, we've had lots of clients that, haven't we, that have had so much pressure put on them that they feel as if they can't live up to that. So I think believe in yourself, but just believe that you can be what you want to be, but take it step by step. So don't put that added pressure on.
That's it, yeah. I totally agree with that, yeah. Because in the case of when you have to fulfill somebody else's high expectations, it's already bad enough having your own super high expectations of yourself and not allowing that side of humanity to enter and allow for yourself to fall and allow for yourself to make mistakes and get things wrong and just mess it all up. You have to allow for that and still believe in yourself because these things happen. These things happen all the time.
Do you know what I think you have to allow for? You have to allow for the fear that you're going to feel because you're going to be fearful. You will not want to do that.
You will not want to believe in yourself. Yes. You will. We sound like some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of, you will not, but it's true. You will not want to do it because it's scary.
And it's change.
Yeah. So
if you have a new project, for instance, that you want to believe in yourself that you can do it, and maybe other people are saying, oh, that's a bit much. No, do you think you really can? But, or who do you think you are doing that? Come on.
Oh, that's typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I mean, it's like, even if they don't say it, it's kind of implied. Is that really your thing? You have your friend saying, I can't really see you in that kind of, whatever you want to do. I'm not sure.
I remember when I first became a hypnotherapist.
Oh, my God.
Your husband was saying, I can't imagine Violetta doing that.
No, he was very surprised. He said, what the hell's happened to her?
Shocked.
Does she really want to be around people that have emotional problems? Wouldn't she be better, open a garden shop or something? I go, look, I know she loves gardening, but she's chosen this and I will definitely support her. I did support her so much that as a little sister, I followed her because I realized that it was always there ever since I was a little child.
Yeah.
The
longing.
Not longing, as to say. I don't think I longed, but I just kind of...
I think you did long to understand the mind more.
I did long to understand. Yeah, you're right. And I kind of I could see things. I don't want to make it sound presumptuous, but like in the playground, I could see all the kids that were suffering. And I could see, like, if I would turn around to some of the kids that chosen to be my friends, they couldn't see the other kids suffering. And I used to think, why? Why can't they have that? I didn't know it was empathy. I didn't know what it was. But I thought, why can't they see that? They're so carefree. I could, like, feel things in a different way. I didn't know what it was at the time. I didn't know how to use it. I just thought, I don't know. Yeah, so because you're little, you don't know these things.
No.
But seeing other people hurt or upset would make me hurt and upset. And I would want to help them. Somehow, I would definitely help them. I would go up to them and
You did help them.
I did help them. Yeah, I would definitely. I would give them...
You become friends with them and that.
Yeah, so even though I didn't know it, you chose a path first. I didn't realise that was my path, and it was definitely as well. My husband said, what, your sister's doing it? Now you're going to go through your studies. Isn't that too much? You've got kids. You're already busy. I mean, come on. I don't think he believed in me that much, to tell the truth. Not at all, really. No, nothing, no. It just had to be me saying, look, I slowly started building my own self-esteem by, starting to do reading and then starting to do some of those exams. And I thought, God, I can never do this. I don't know if I could do this. And then I started studying and I thought, well, this doesn't seem that difficult, because many of it I could understand it intuitively. Intuitively, yeah. So I kind of got it like you did.
Yeah, I think so. But I think that you had to have the belief that you could do it, because if you didn't have that belief, you would just give up, wouldn't you? I think it has to be like, you have to have that inner strength and saying, even though it's difficult,
yes,
it's going to be easy.
Yes.
And if it's even more difficult than you expect it to be, don't get upset by it. Just pull yourself together, like what they say in England.
Well, yes, it's
and say, look, okay, today I might not be able to do this, but I'm going to go and find the resources and find the help that will allow me to do it tomorrow.
Or I'll find, there are other people that are there that they can help you.
They can definitely
They can support you, whether it's online or not online. Sometimes if you find the right person to talk to, they will support you. I obviously had you, and you had me as well, which we encouraged each other.
Yeah, because I remember at the beginning you would say, I can't do this. It's so hard. I can hardly even go online, you would used to say.
I felt like I couldn't even read anymore. I was I thought I've even reading. I haven't, let alone reading these psychological long things. I thought, wait, no. That's way out of my league. And I thought, I don't know whether I'll do this. And then
I'd say, yes, you can do it. Come on.
You would say, don't be silly. They're just words. You can do it. And I just started doing it. And sometimes it was really difficult.
Take your time. Just do it. Just do it. You don't have to do everything so quickly. And if you're on a course that's going to take a year, if you take 2 years to do that course,
who cares?
Who cares? It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you're learning and growing while you're doing it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And to have the belief that you will finish it, because I knew I would finish it, because I've always been the one to finish things. I hate leaving things unfinished. You do as well, don't you?
Oh, God. I think I've got to be coached to learn to leave things unfinished. Yeah, I really do not like that.
Because there's sometimes you just have to think, well, this isn't going anywhere anymore, and my path, my life has taken a different direction. I don't have to finish it.
No, but I've had to sort of coach myself and say, no, let go of that. You don't have to finish everything. But in this case, it was something.
A good thing, though.
It was obviously, it was a lovely course, and it was of interest, and it was lovely to be stimulated that way. But sometimes you don't have a family member or somebody else with you, so that's probably why we're doing this podcast, because you've got to kind of believe in yourself.
Yeah, and I think that if you do want to go into further studies or do something that's completely new that you've never done before, that it's a really scary thing to do
It
if
is
you haven't
scary.
got anyone that's supporting you or telling you to believe in yourself, because you think, who am I to do this? I haven't had any experience in this field. I might be too old, or I might be too young. You
worry,
you
don't you?
worry about
Yeah.
these things. So I think, well, I don't know if you worry, but I certainly did. I worried about things like that.
Of course I did. I mean, but in the end, I realised that I was setting an example also for my children.
Yeah.
Because they were actually watching me do the exams. I would say, shh, Mommy, study, you go do your homework. And they would think, wow. And then afterwards they would ask me, were you graded on that paper? And I go, yes, I was. And I got, wherever I got, and they would, oh, wow, Mum, well done, so... I felt proud the more I continued doing it, even though, I'm talking about we weren't,
In our 40s.
yeah, we were well into our life when we decided to do these studies, and start this. There's nothing stopping you, really.
No, and I think in each phase of your life, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or whatever you are, whatever age you are, there's always time for you to be able to learn and to challenge yourself, I think, because I think a lot of us get into the rut when we don't challenge ourselves because we're frightened, we're scared of how we're going to be and how we're going to feel doing something so new that's so different for us.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you get scared, don't you? Also, it becomes like part of your identity. And then you have to change that identity. You say, no, I am, or I am a gardener. And then that's what I've done all my life. So I can't just start being something else.
Yeah.
It means you have to change something that comes after the words I am, even though, we all say that what we do for a living doesn't really it shouldn't really identify us, should it?
No.
We shouldn't really say I am, we shouldn't say I am a podcaster, I am a hypnotherapist, because then it becomes so ingrained in your identity that when you do stop working or you stop doing something, you can feel like, well, now who am I? A lot of people, that's why they get depressed when they go into the golden years of their life, when they say, you're laughing at the golden years. No, I said that. But, because they can be golden, can't they, I think? And
No, I'm laughing because I'm thinking of this podcast I listened to today, No Stupid Questions, and they were saying, the podcast host was saying, in science they say there's the old and then there's the old. So I was thinking that she was saying you need rebranding. So I was thinking that the old would be the golden years, the old.
And we're just old. Yeah. Basically, no? Yes, yeah.
I think you're
as old as you feel. I don't feel old.
No, I think you're as old as you are, but age is just a number, like what they say.
Always, yeah, totally. Yeah, age really is a number, and also the growing part is essential.
And I think
because you're growing old, there's growth, there's wisdom to cherish. It's growth. There's a lot of growth in there, a lot of years of experience.
Yeah, like a lot of people when they hit 30, they think, oh, that's it now, I'm 30, I'm old.
God, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, totally. The feeling of being 30 can be quite overwhelming. And it's just everything. You start thinking about everything you've got to accomplish in your life.
And yeah, 30s, now it's...
Now, we're in our 50s, 30s.
Yeah.
What's 30?
Babies.
Yeah. Just beginning, basically. Not just beginning, but
a certain amount of experience. I think you grow as you grow to believe in yourself more as you grow older. Hopefully
you do. Through life.
Especially if you're listening to podcasts like ours, you'll learn to to change your mindset, to accept new things into your life. Because I remember when I was like around 30, I thought I've done everything now.
That's so
I'm
weird.
a parent.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a mum. I'm a wife. I've got my career. I've worked. I've done everything. There's nothing like new. I felt like as if I'd accomplished everything that I had to accomplish. If now the 30-year-olds saw me now, they would be, whoa, who are you, kind of thing. What are you doing? They would be so shocked.
We're forever changing shells, aren't we?
Yeah.
We just don't stay the same. We're like those little sea creatures.
Yeah, they change them, don't they?
Well, I don't know if they change them. I think they go around
do.
looking
There's
for
the
them.
little crabs. I saw it on Instagram.
Really? Yeah.
Because they'd found some little plastic homes.
Oh, right.
And there was this guy going around giving them like their real
shell.
shells.
Oh.
And they crawled into them. They left their little plastic home and they went in.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
They found like a more natural home.
I feel that's what we're like. We're constantly changing. So you can't look back at that little crab that you were. And even if you're already like a fully mature adult, and then by the 20 years later, you're going to be a different little crab. And
you won't be crabby.
what does that mean? Like angry? Well, hopefully you won't be grumpy or crabby. Yeah. You shouldn't be, really. If
you've done everything and believed in yourself, you should be pretty chuffed with yourself, pretty happy with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. If you believe in yourself, you will be. Yeah. And how to believe in yourself is. Have we said how?
Well, it's a step-by-step process. It's first of all seeing what you want to be doing and achieving, maybe what set yourself some goals.
You're right. And then
and then stick to them day by day, and don't get discouraged by something. And don't set yourself goals that are absolutely impossible. If we had said, like when we were just first started learning therapists, that we would have books, that we would be podcasters, that we'd be terrified. We'd be saying no way. I mean, we might have been happy as well because it would have been a nice thing to look forward to.
But it would have been
overwhelming. We would have said, how can we do all that when we can't? We don't know all that stuff now.
It's scary, yeah.
We know nothing, kind of thing. Whereas you have to.
You have to go, and I think the being proud of yourself and believing more in yourself comes from just looking back at what you did yesterday and thinking, oh, I did that. No matter how small it was, the goal. I went to write myself up for that thing, or I went to whatever you want to do. Because we're so different, thank goodness, in this world. You might want to do something, whatever you want to do. And whatever it is.
Well, we can't tell you what you want to do. It's
that inkling that you've got inside
you. And if you don't know what you want to do because you think, I don't know what I want to do, well, just start by delving into different little things. Dip into this, into that, into the other.
And see what you like. Yeah. Leave windows open instead of closing them all and thinking, I've done everything now.
And instead of saying no to things, start saying yes to different things, different experiences, because I think we really do stay stuck in ruts a lot of the time. We don't realise we're in those ruts, and that's what's making life harder in a way. You'd think it'd be the opposite. You think when you start studying something new, you're going to be like overwhelmed. How can I do that? I've already got so much to do. But I mean, you'll find that when you do something new, it stimulates your brain and your mind, and you'll feel more encouraged afterwards. You'll set aside that half an hour, but then afterwards, when you have to clean up after your kids or whatever, you're whizzing around just doing it all happily, whereas before you might have been moaning and saying, oh no, not this again, I'm so tired.
You're so right.
I'm so tired, I haven't got the energy.
Because it's a mental when you're not mentally like, I don't know how to say it.
Stimulated.
Yeah, stimulated. When you're not mentally, I wouldn't say alive, but like, stimulated, and your brain isn't like energized, then everything is like heavy. Things are harder to do, like what you were saying. and even mundane things that are quite easy, normally.
Well, they're easy because when you're going, if you're cleaning up, say after your kids or doing housework or doing something, but you're thinking
Your
about
mind is-
that thing that you studied, and you're thinking, how can I put that into action? What are the next steps? And you're just picking up the rags or polishing or doing the hoovering or the vacuuming, however you call it. You're not thinking, oh no, look at this floor, it's got dirty again. You're all happy thinking about the thing that you've got to study and learn, and you think, I've got to go and study that and put that into action.
Yeah.
And you'll feel so energized.
Things are more,
And then you get, as you study and as you learn and grow and do different things, it doesn't have to be studying, but doing something new.
Sport, anything, a hobby.
Even if it's like going for a walk every day, I'm going to set myself the goal of going for, like, now it's mental health awareness year. They said it's for
exercise.
activity,
Exercise is super important.
So if you set yourself the goal, I'm going to start going for a 5-minute walk every day around the block.
Yeah.
Or a 10-minute, a 15-minute, and build it up to 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes in the end. And when you get back from that walk, first of all, if it's freezing, you'll be happy to get back in the house, and you'll be really grateful that it's lovely and warm. And if it's sunny, you'll have seen the lovely sunny air, and
absolutely.
You get that sunny disposition in you, don't you?
You do. And then you feel that sense of pride because you've done it. Thus, the self-belief starts forming inside you, like slowly, like it's molding in there. And you're shaping yourself into believing in yourself. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, through looking back and seeing what you've done in the past. And through, not criticising yourself all the time.
If you feel as if you haven't done anything, you're one of these people that always puts yourself down.
Well, then set a little goal, like what you said. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
Because
set
then
a
you
small
can
thing.
measure it, can't you, if it's a little thing? Because if you're that kind of person and you know who you are, that does amazing things, because some of you are amazing and you're all amazing in your own way, but some of you really have had, you're high achievers that you've done things and you're still looking and saying, oh, but I haven't done this yet and I haven't done that yet. Well, look at yourself and look back on yourself and, actually see what you have achieved. Maybe look through someone else's eyes, because you probably won't see what you've achieved.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Look through, somebody else's eyes if you can. If you know what we mean. Like, how would your best friend look at you? Even though last week we did an episode about being your own best friend, or I can't remember when it was, but if you can't just imagine what would somebody that loves you, how would they look at you? What would they say to you?
Yeah, because you watch these programs like Queer Eye, for instance, and things like that, and you see these people on there, and they're like always, oh no, but I've done nothing. Wow. And you see that they've been an incredible support to so many people, and they've done incredible things, for emotional support and hard work. And they say, yeah, but I'm not an astronaut, or I'm not. That's exaggerating, but that's
who they measure up to.
That's the equivalent of it. You have to see how many lives you've affected and who
what if you haven't affected all those lives? They're not all
affected lives, because these people on Queer Eye,
no, not them. I mean, like, what about if you're not on Queer Eye?
I'm sure you've affected the lives of people around you.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to. Even though you're not on a television program,
on a massive thing, but I'm sure you're a help to your mum or dad that has to go and you go and do the shopping for them.
Yes, there are things that you do
to your granny or to whoever, to the neighbour.
Yeah,
you do nice things for people.
Yes.
And if you find that you haven't done anything nice like that because you've been under the weather yourself, they say that there's a lot of science in just getting up and doing a nice deed for someone.
Just for someone else, right?
Yeah, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself, because it's not always easy. Well, obviously, we're not talking here about if you're suffering from depression or you've had
no.
If you are a person that's suffering from depression, obviously it's going to be totally different for you. But in your own way, you've managed your illness, and you've managed to, you're still here and you're listening to this podcast, and
You're helping yourself.
You're helping
grow.
yourself, and you've also helped the people around you by showing up to do things for yourself.
Yes, yes. If you can at that moment in time, obviously, yeah, it depends on the situation. But yes, generally, I suppose we all do, don't we? We all count, even though we might think we don't count.
Even if we don't think we count for anything, we always count for something. Because when we're not here, we're missed.
We're missed.
Why do people
Why
cry?
only when they see, like here in Italy, they put up these posters like of people that die, and with their name.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, and like in the villages, it's all these posters, and you see name and surname, and then the age, and underneath it's written beloved by the family and mourned by many friends, etc. And my husband, who's Italian, he like reads these all the time, and at first I was terrified of them. I go, what are they? Is it like weddings? He said, no, it's people that die. I go, my gosh, how odd. But he said, no, it's a sign of respect. Then you think of them, and if you want, you go to their funeral. No, whoever can attend their funeral. And so, obviously now I've been living here for 30 years. I'm still quite surprised when he looks at them. And then I say, like the other day, he saw this poor lady. I mean, the name and the surname, and then 49 years old. And he said, oh my gosh, I knew her. And, you just think, yes, you knew her. And he probably thought of her for just a few minutes. And, just when we walked to go and get a coffee, because it's those kind of things. He only knew her like an acquaintance. He remembered her from being a shop owner. But then, I think maybe if we all kind of realise that we're not eternal, if we have this feeling, not a feeling that you're going to die all the time, but like... But like if we realise our own mortality, it would make us appreciate even that shop owner, and because what would you have given to give that shop owner and say, oh, hi, ciao, how are you? Yeah, and just like, oh, I see you. And, like, so when I went to the coffee shop afterwards, I had another massive chat with the bartender, thinking, I can see you, I know your name, I will miss you if your presence isn't here anymore. I think if we kind of lived a bit like that. Anyway, we're going a bit off topic here, but I guess it's all in that you believe in yourself, because there are people, even though you think there might not be people, that will miss you. And
everybody's missed in the end. Anybody that's, if you're a good person, you'll be missed.
Exactly. We're all... we're going to start crying now. Okay, yes, you will be missed. I think that's what you want. You want to arrive to your deathbed. In the end of a long, long, happy life, you want to arrive and it's nice to think that people will miss you, because you were a loving presence in their life.
Yeah, but that's even that, like what you said, just being a loving presence, just being
a presence. It doesn't mean you have to.
It doesn't mean you have to do big things or be great or anything. You just have to be a nice person, basically. Just be kind and nice. It's so easy.
And I think if we do take time a little bit more to connect to your local people, your community, just a little bit more, even though you may not belong to a church or to, a particular thing, just the people, just the guy that gives you your ticket on the train or whatever. You buy it online nowadays. Yeah. Yes, everything's basically online, but there's still humans around. There are humans, and they need to connect. And so, if you take the time to connect with them a little bit more, I think, and that makes you feel special as well, because it's going to make you feel good.
Even if you connect with robots, because if you're buying something online and there's a robot helping you out, but you're nice to the robot, you'll still feel better in the end anyway, because you've been nice.
Why? I know why you're talking about that,
because I got a robot.
Yeah, I got a bot chatting to me, and it was ultra friendly and ultra helpful, and at the end of it I saw myself smiling, and I thought, oh wow, I'm actually reacting to this. I know it's a bot, but I'm having this kind of, obviously I'm a human
Are you?
Am I? And so I was having like this human reaction to what the bot was writing to me. It was something that obviously pleased me. It was nice. It was helpful.
Pleased you. That's funny.
Well, it was helpful, wasn't it? In that situation, it was helpful. Anyway.
Let us know what you think. Do you believe in yourself, or do you have to work on believing in yourself? Because sometimes it doesn't come easy.
No, it doesn't come. Most of the time, it doesn't.
Brought up in a culture that really believes in you, and sometimes it can be the other way. If you have been brought up in a culture that believes in you too much, it's too much pressure, and then you can't stand it, kind of thing. You just want to go the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
So let us know what you think, and please do come and comment on Apple Podcasts, and I think on Apple Podcasts you can leave us a lovely review. That would be great.
Oh yeah.
And on Spotify there's actually a comment section, so you can comment on there. And of course, always come and see us on Instagram at Get Real with the English Sisters, and on YouTube too, where you can see the video. And there's also the podcast.
Yeah, because we've got the video.
Yeah, the podcast is also there.
We're always in matching outfits.
And what we do is the podcast goes on first with the RSS feed, and then that's audio only, and then it's a video. I usually upload that a day later or the same day, depending on how much time I have. And what else? Probably going to be applying for the podcast award soon, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah. The international one, right?
Yeah, the international one. And other news for the English Sisters? What other news is there?
I can't think of anything.
Summer is coming.
Summer is coming. What does that mean?
I don't know. No, I can't think of it. Come and support us by getting our book, Stress Free in 3 Minutes by the English Sisters.
We should probably write a Get Real book.
Get Real would be good. Yeah. Get Real with the English Sisters book.
Yeah. Just thought of that now.
Get real with yourself. Get real with yourself, and don't tell yourself lies. You believe in yourself. We're telling you now, we're your sisters, and we're telling you to believe in yourself.
Yes, we are your sisters. We're real sisters, but we also want to grow our
We're real sisters, family. Not twins, aren't we?
No, we're real sisters, not twins. If you see us on the video, you'll realise it. We're not actually twins.
One's taller than the other.
Oh, yes. I am taller.
You're taller than Violetta. Me.
Yes.
Anyway, lots of love and smiles as always. And get back. Let's hear from you this week.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.